My name is Yusuf Yakubu, and I'll be your guide for this section of this course. Today we'll talk about what has changed in teaching. We will talk about what has changed, what do we do, how do we do it, and we'll now talk about the 21st century teacher. Then we'll entertain reactions from the participants. What has changed? We realize that the traditional teacher in the classroom, the setting is teacher-centered. There is subject-specific knowledge gain at that point, and it is one way in terms of transfer of knowledge. There is a passive and limited session that takes place, and at the same time it is more theoretical, and everything done is content-based. But looking at the 21st century teacher, you realize that it is student-centered. Rather than having subject-specific knowledge, we base on skills. Now we have multi-way transfer of knowledge, and at the same time it is interactive rather than passive. And at the same time we will see that there is conceptual, practical knowledge grasping. Then the process is not content-based, but it undergoes a process. What do we do at this stage? First and foremost, the teacher has to get the technology. When you get the technology, you need to attend trainings, workshops, and seminars to keep yourself abreast with the best practices. Then you have to get tech skills. You need to get your hands dirty. You need to know how to use these tools. Then you need to be able to digitize the entire teaching process. Your documents, you should be able to convert them to digital form, and it should be easy for you. Then you now meet your further colleagues, different places, to share best practices, because knowledge is wide, and at the same time you need to know how other places have engaged in this activity and has made them good for them. How do we do it? It is a big thing, because moving from traditional setting to a 21st century setting, there are many things you need to take care of. The very first is what? They need to be able to inculcate the use of digital tools in their institutions. Then the teachers will get to use more digital material rather than the textbooks and other things they use. This offers more scope and varied strategies when coming to developing or disseminating your digital technology to your students. The 21st century teacher needs to know that digital literacy is at the basis of everything he will do. And at the same time, there need to be initiatives by the owners of the college to support the teachers. If the teachers get this technology and the proprietors don't get this technology, how do? There will be a disjoint. Educational and digitalization discussion has to take place at this point. Why? Because the entire sphere is changing. Rather than having the more traditional format, there are many things will come up, of which there need to be a discussion in that area. Then the development of digital tools, your training materials, you need to learn how to digitize them. How do you do that? These skills are quite needed. Development of a secure and future-proof infrastructure. It is expensive initially, but over time it is scalable and it's much more easier. So there need to be a way such that as you develop this and build this infrastructure, how do you keep it safe? There will be many issues that come up, but you need to talk about it. Then there need to be considerations of ethical issues related to educational content. It is education, yes, but there are issues related to propriety issues. How do we use this educational content? Do you use educational content that are made to be free for a fee? Is it allowed or is not allowed? These are the things you discuss at this point. At this point, let's take a recap of what we've learned. We've talked about what has changed in teaching, what do we do, how do we do it, and how to become a digital confident teacher. We expect to hear your questions and answer. You visit the Padlet, send your email, send your questions, and I'll respond to you. Thank you for your time.